Hi, I'm Reuben, and I help drummers go from feeling confused to confident so that they can play effortlessly in the flow of music. If this sounds like something that you'd like, then hey, come along this journey with me. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications when these videos come out. Now, today I've got another really cool technique video for you that anyone of any level can pick up and work on. Now, most drummers default to moving from their elbow, like this. Now, what's wrong with that? Well, I'll tell you. You are moving this whole chunk of meat right here, and some people might have big Popeye forearms, so you're lifting a lot of extra weight other than the stick. So you might feel some fatigue in your arms a little bit sooner than you should. The other thing about why this isn't really ideal is that because you're moving such a big chunk of your body, it takes longer to move. So you're not going to have as much precision with the note. There's a bit of a delay getting right through. Also, you're kind of limited to one volume that way. So what are we going to do? How can we get more volume, get more control, more facility if we want it, and we can get quieter too if we want it. And that is to use this guy, the wrist. Now, the wrist is like your secret weapon in drumming. And it's something we don't focus on much because a lot of it comes down to fingers. We spend a lot of time on things like rolls and those types of rudiments, which, to be honest, they need a lot of finger development, and that's awesome. But generally speaking, we don't focus on the wrist enough. Now, if you're moving only from the wrist, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just flexing up. If you make that movement rather than this movement, obviously you've got more control and you can go faster because you're only moving this segment of your arm. So the other thing to think about with this is when you're moving and you come up from the wrist, it's an upstroke. You're thinking of bringing the sound out of the drum with an upwards flick. Now, that is kind of an old school thought, bit of a jazz approach to controlling your sound, and that is you're pulling the sound out of the drum. Now, this is just a pad, so you can just hit it any way you like and it's going to sound the same way. But on a drum, if you play into the drum, you'll choke the sound. I see a lot of people trying to play loud and they play like this. That's a big no-no because it puts tension into the drum. So if you've got tension in your hands to do this, then you're not going to play relaxed and comfortably. So you want to be using the natural rebound that's in the drum or the pad, and you want to pull that sound out, hinging up at the wrist. Now you can see here that as I hinge up, I'm not doing this. I'm not flicking it up and back. I'm keeping my fingers engaged with the stick. They're holding on, the fulcrum's secure. I'm totally relaxed. I'm even keeping the stick against the palm of my hand. So, what are the benefits? Well, since you're only moving your hands from the wrist, it's way easier to get faster. It's way easier to control what the sticks are doing rather than trying to move from the from the elbow. Man, I felt stupid doing that. So you can see, you can still get a lot of stick height. So obviously if the tip of the stick is coming up high, you can still get a lot of volume. The other thing to think about, and this is really powerful for your drumming, is if the stick comes straight back up, then it's always ready to go back down. So if the sticks are always up, then you're always ready to play. Otherwise, what will happen is, again, if you're playing into the pad, once you've played your note, the stick is stuck down. So to play another note, you've got to think about bringing it up. Even though it's a micro thought, it's still going to slow you down. So this way of drumming from the wrist is really easy. All you've got to do is remember that you're hinging at the wrist, you're keeping the fingers on the stick, and you're pulling the sound out of the pad, or out of the drum. So that's it. I hope you like this lesson. It's a really powerful one. It's something you can add to your bag of tricks. Try it just with single stroke rolls, double stroke rolls, paradiddles, something really easy and repetitive. And see if you can work on getting the tips of your sticks up nice and high, but keep the control in your hand. Obviously, you're still always going to be able to bash the crap out of your drums and move from the elbows or shoulders if that's what you want to do. That's totally fine. It's just another skill that you can add in, another way that you can drum to reach the next level, or the next intricate level, shall we say, the next deeper level of ability with your drumming. So let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear in the comments how this works for you. And until the next video, go and kick some butt on your drums.